Hey there, I'm Damian Milner, the IT administrator here at Future Problem Solving, and today's video will be reviewing how to log in as an evaluator and evaluate a global issues booklet, be it a virtual booklet or internet booklet in the system or being a traditional booklet and upload it. So your first step is going to be to go to FPSOnline.org. You can log in with the evaluator link in the top or the bottom or here in the middle. If you click in the middle, be sure to select Evaluator from the User Type menu so that you log in as the proper type. All right. Now, once you get logged in, you're going to land here on your dashboard. You can get started evaluating either by clicking Evaluation Session from the left or Start Evaluation from here on the front page. Once you land on the next page, you're going to have a drop-down menu with your packets. However many packets have been assigned to you will show up here, and they should be labeled so that you know what you're evaluating. All right, select your packet, click Choose. And what you're going to see here is you're going to see a list of the books in that packet. Under the uploaded files section, these PAP or PAP files, you won't see those. Those happen after the competition. We upload those. All you'll see is either a booklet uploaded here named after the team code or a blank box for those that are labeled virtual. So under the type column, the ones that are labeled traditional, they uploaded their booklet. The ones that say virtual did their booklet directly in the system. So to see the traditional booklet, you just click the bubble here and it will download that file, and then you can open that file up and you can either open that on another tab or another browser. You can print it and have a hard copy, whatever's easier for you. And then if it's a virtual booklet done in the system, you don't have to use this export button to export the booklet so that you have a copy of it. You can do that if you prefer. However, because they did the work in the system, when you're evaluating, their work will actually be embedded in the evaluation screens so you can read it right there. Whereas with the traditional side, it'll be the same flow of evaluation in the system. You just won't have their work directly in the system like you do with the virtual booklet. All right, and these other columns here are the statuses. The scores will usually be 0 until you start adding stuff, the ranks and quality terms. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Evaluate next to a traditional and then a virtual, just so you can kind of see they're the exact same with the difference of the work being in the system for virtual. All right, so for a traditional, go to Evaluate. As you can see here, it says not submitted online. That means there's no work. However, if this were a virtual booklet, work would show up right there as their challenge or their UP, solutions, and so on. So what you're going to do here is select the values from your fluency dropdown, from your flexibility dropdown, from your clarity and insight, and then you got an original checkbox if it needs to be marked as original. You got a comment box here. You could comment per challenge or per solution, or you could do one big comment at the end under the summary for this step, where you could do a full step 1 comment here. Again, your scoring here, you got a nice little summary. And down at the bottom, there's a save evaluation, so you can save along the way while you're working. There is a not submitted button here, and what that's for is if they did not submit this particular step or any work on it, you could click not submitted. All right, step 2, same thing, not submitted, except you've got your condition phrase, key verb phrase, and purpose at the top. You do your scoring here, and then at the bottom, you've got a step 2 comments. Step 3 looks similar to step 1, except now you've got a key verb phrase to reference and a purpose to reference. You've got your drop downs to select from, and you've got your different solutions here, just like you did your challenges to work through each one. And then at the end, you've got the summary where you can put in the comment, your scores, and click save. And here's that not submitted button again. Now just go back real quick here. Once you've done each one of these, click submit, and that will save it, and then you can move to the next step. All right. Criteria, you got your key verb phrase and purpose at the top to reference. You got each one of your criteria here. Then you got your summary. All of these are the same. You got your drop down menus here to select your values and click submit. All right. Step 5, you've got your key verb phrase and purpose at the top for reference. And then here would be their criteria. and you could do the scoring here, and then you could do okay. If it was not submitted anything, then you would put not submitted. All right. And then on step 6, you've got a couple extra things to do here at the top if you need for reference. So you got a key verb phrase and purpose to reference, but then you've also got show criteria where you can see their criteria, and then also show highest rank solution. These only work when it's a virtual booklet, because remember, that's when the work is in the system. This is a traditional book, so you don't have any of these fields available to you. You just have to reference the hard copy. You do your scoring, and then you do your step 6 comments, save evaluation. All right. At the top right up here, you can proceed to the next booklet by clicking the next booklet here. Once you do that, you can also go to the previous booklet. Here's your team code to reference to make sure you're on the right one. And here's your scoring details. You can click this to kind of get an idea of where you are in the process. It's green, that means you're good. If it's red, that means you still have some things to complete. You also have a step total here for the current step that you're on. And then you can do a check evaluation, which is going to tell you what's missing from each step if you do have red here. All right, so this is what the traditional looks like. Let's go back over to our evaluation session. And let's go to a virtual booklet right here. Virtual. I'm going to evaluate. All right. And same thing here. You've got the same movements as far as what you're clicking on, where your summary is, the previous next booklet. Here's your scoring details. All of this is the exact same. The biggest difference here is this is the actual student work. So you don't have to reference a paper booklet like you do a traditional. You can just reference the work right here in the system. All right. And I'll just click through each one of these sections so you get a quick idea. Same thing, but here's their UP instead of you having a reference. Let me just go to a couple sections that look a little different here. Here's your step 4. Okay, same thing. Here's the student work, and here's where you make your selection and your comments with the summary. Okay, making sure you're saving evaluation each time. Here's their grid, because they did their grid in the system. It's all here, unlike the traditional where it wasn't. You had to reference the paper. So here's your key verb phrase and purpose. You can hover over each solution to read their full solution if you'd like to. Here's all of their numbers and their math. Finish the scoring at the bottom. Add a comment, say save. Here's a not submitted if they didn't submit. Now on step 6, this is where this additional feature will come in handy if it's a virtual booklet. In addition to the key verb phrase and purpose for reference, now you can reference their criteria, and you can also see their highest ranked solution. So this is great and handy to reference while you're evaluating. Here's their actual action plan. They did their work in the system, so it's right here for you to reference. Finish up your scoring. Down at the bottom, comments, save evaluation, and you should be done. Here's a not submitted button again if they haven't done this step. And again, you can go to the top right up here, scoring details, to make sure each one of your sections has a green dot, meaning that it is complete and you're all set and done, and you can move on. And here's your previous and next buttons again, or on the left, you can go back to evaluation session and start over by selecting that packet again. Hope you found this video helpful. Stick around and watch some more videos on working in FPSOnline. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a great and positive day. Take care.